warning us that this was coming. Really, overnight is when this is going to be tricky.
Yeah, Teresa. So this afternoon's commute, not an issue. It's really early morning tomorrow that you're going to see some of the bigger issues out on the road. And it's nice to see a lot of Lake Erie capped with ice. Chautauqua Lake also mostly capped with ice. I want to show this shot, though. This is the last 2 hours on a time lapse. And you see at times we did have some breaks of blue skies there. And that kind of sealed up. So now it looks a little bit more gray out there at this hour. And we are going to see that trend continuing during the daytime for, say, more clouds rolling into western New York. It's all in advance of this next system. And here's a look at it, at least kind of on the almost zoomed in version. Western New York, northwest Pennsylvania. You see a few of those breaks in the clouds at times, but you also see it kind of thickening up to the south and west. Well, I want to pan way back. Here's Buffalo. And there are two things about the system you can notice from this. One is that it's already coming together pretty well. And if you remember where that snow is, say just outside St. Louis, when I show you the model, you get the idea that the model's really locking onto where this already is and then projecting it forward. But here in the satellite radar, you also notice where's that moisture coming from? Right off the Gulf of Mexico. So this system is going to have plenty of moisture to work with as it runs into the colder air to the north. Again, you see that transition over to snow. So here's the VividCast model, and I'll come in closer once we actually get the system right on our doorstep. But you notice some of the snow where this is putting this even early this afternoon. Pretty much on point with the actual returns on radar. But then going forward this afternoon, could start to see a few light snow showers here, say, especially in southwestern Chautauqua County. By this evening, the bulk of the system is still back to the west. It really gets going later tonight. So I'll stop it just after that winter storm warning goes into effect here in western New York, 10 o'clock. And at that point, you're starting to see some of the snow, but quite a bit more of this is going to be hanging back to the south and west. All right, same model, a lot closer in, starting at 11 p.m. tonight. So that's where you start to get some of the snow into the area. And this is my concern for tomorrow morning. That's 11 p.m. And you watch this during the overnight hours, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 a.m., pretty much wall-to-wall snow during that time frame. That's a good chance to pick up upwards of, say, 2 to 4 inches of snow, just the beginning of this around Buffalo and up to Niagara Falls. Southern tier could pick up a little bit more during that time frame, maybe even up to 6 inches. And then you continue that snow during the daytime on Wednesday. By Wednesday night into Thursday morning, just a few remnant snowflakes, and that'll be off of Lake Ontario. At the tail end of this event, winds start to shift around to the north and eventually northwest. That'll again prompt some lake effect off Lake Ontario. So through 5 p.m., it does look like a lot of the areas where you're seeing pink, widespread 6 to about 10 inches, a little bit less initially in the Niagara Frontier, but you're going to add to some of those numbers just past 5 p.m. on Wednesday as the lake effect kicks in off Lake Ontario. So there's the winter storm warnings. Just want to show these in case you just joined us. All of western New York starts at 10 p.m. tonight, and they go through Wednesday evening. Temperatures right now, not so bad out there. 21 in Buffalo, 19 in Olean. Should at least be able to see our daytime highs pushing into just about the mid-20s today, mid to upper 20s for at least a few locations. Those increasing clouds, though, will slow that warm up down a little bit more this afternoon. Overnight tonight, not cooling down a whole lot, but that is cold enough to deal with some snow across the area that we'll be tracking for you. Certainly throughout the day, fine-tuning the forecast. There are a number of little intricacies with this